This message brought to you by
the team at Just Add Water. You guys brought Oddworld Inhabitants back into the light with the Oddbox, gave so many gamers an opportunity to play Stranger's Wrath and Munch's Oddysee. Not to mention you brought HD versions of both, which Square One finished the development of to port to other platforms. And of course, you're at the forefront of the design of Oddworld New and Tasty. You might not be taking the reins for Oddworld Soulstorm, but there's no denying you guys did your level best to help the franchise get back on its feet. Thanks, guys. Hey guys, SaxDude26 here, and welcome to the finale of the Let's Play Oddworld Abes Oddysee Extras. In other words, welcome to the last part of Let's Play Oddworld New and Tasty Blind. Now, who remembers this nostalgic tune? The theme from the PlayStation 1 Demo 1 disc. For those of you who don't know what Demo 1 is, it's a disc that was originally packaged with the Sony PlayStation. And there were about 8 different iterations of it throughout the console's lifespan. I think the version I had was number 5. And it had games on it such as Karushi, Ridge Racer, Rapid Racer, Overboard, Hercules, a whole ton of games really exposing me to what the library had in store. But of course the most important one that was on this disc was the original PlayStation demo of Oddworld Abes Oddysee. This extra to me is really personal because it's really fueled not only this channel starting, because Abes Oddysee was my first playthrough, but also looking at New and Tasty and then looking at this demo. It's really amazing to see just how far this game has come. And like, this is my childhood, man. This is the reason I started this channel, to share memories like this. And I really want to celebrate that with this last extra. Properly. Not with the camera in the lounge room, in the psychedelic menu screen like this. In better quality now. I mean, like the official UK, US, and Australian PlayStation magazine demo discs, they were pretty trippy, dippy, and weird as well, but nothing compares to the impact that this disc had on me when I was 5 or 6 years old. Just, what are all these psychedelic colors? What is this funky music? What are all these games? I've been spoiled for choices and I have no idea what to do. Maybe I'll play that one. 3 seconds later, I hear that sound effect and I'm immediately terrified. Oh, but the effect that had on me. I heard that sound effect and I was hooked. This game terrified all of my friends in primary school, but to me it was just so entrancing and so fantastic. Like, I poured hours into this demo disc just to play Abes Oddysee. And here we are, playing it again. But, like, enough of that. Let's just sit down and shut up and just play some Abe. Let's do it.
This is Rupture Farms. They say it's the biggest meat processing plant on Oddworld. That's me. My name is Abe. I used to work here. Well, I was really a slave, like all the others. Then I learned they were gonna turn us into lunch. That's when I knew I had to escape. So, get me out of here and help me rescue the others.
Abe, where are you, buddy? There he is. Thank you, Demo 1. So here we are, the demo of Oddworld Abes Oddysee. And Abe has idle animations, which I need to clarify about. That is thanks to the work of Kapteeni, from the Oddworld Legends Discord. I found out from him that there exists, deeply rooted in the code of the Abes Oddysee demo, 3 idle animations and a lot of unused content that you can actually unlock using GameShark scripting. He sent me the GameShark scripts for this specific demo version so that I could reactivate them to show them off in this video. It doesn't amount to much, and when the animations are playing, you cannot move Abe whatsoever, but I at least wanted to showcase them. So again, thank you, Kapteeni. I'm glad I got to show this off in my playthrough. But here we are back on the demo of Abes Oddysee. Oh, how far New and Tasty has come from this. and it's two-screen menu. Those were simpler times. Far simpler times. But yes, no mention of GameSpeak anywhere, but one thing is important to mention.
Hello. Stay here.
Stay Here is the one GameSpeak of Abes that has changed. It was changed to wait in the final version, of course, but it's Stay Here in the demo. There are a couple of others that are changed as well, but the main focus and the main change is in the overall structure. No secret passages, a frustrating hoist mechanic, which is you hold up and then hit triangle. It kind of reminds me of how B is both to hoist and to run jump in Oddworld Adventures, which is a little too coincidental for my liking. But yeah, a lot of assets have been changed around, so you'll see a lot of things missing that are in the final version. But the core game is still here. I just don't appreciate being, you know, bombarded by sleeks who want to kill me stupidly. One thing you're going to notice as well is stuff like the landmines are a lot more darker coloured as well, and the music is different in some places too. I love the solid drum beat that the Sleek Possession music has in the demo, even though to be fair it's mostly just the same Possession music in the final, missing a few instruments. But I love it all the same. That was the Freeze GameSpeak, if you can believe it. The Sleek has a changed GameSpeak, Abe has a changed GameSpeak. Also, the Sleeks never do that pose for any of their vocals in the final version, so that's another thing.
Hello. Hello, follow me. Okay.
And of course, because we have to talk to Mudokons individually, it makes the process of moving them to the left a lot slower. And because of their coding as well being a little more raw, if you try and talk to another Mudokon too quickly, this guy might not have sat down yet, so I might not even be able to talk to this one. Oh no, it is actually working for me at the moment. I've had a couple of runs where I've tried to talk to other Mudokons and they've just still been standing over here 2 screens away. I also love the fact that it's got the Zulog 1 sign on the status indicator, and I'm still a little upset that they changed that in the final version, but I'll get over it. But yeah, I found out as well that Abegogo has a PlayStation demo as well, but it's based more so on the PC version than the PlayStation version. Also, trapdoors lock based on the switches around them, which is kind of cool. Yeah, the PC version isn't really worth showing off because it's far closer to the final game. I think it actually has a few secret passages still in Rupture Farms. Whereas in this one, we've only got about, like, 13 Mudokons to save, so PC version definitely doesn't quite have the same charm to it in my eyes. This is where things start changing a whole lot, and they start pulling quite a lot of moves that are going to catch you off guard, which I can understand why they changed in the final version. This landmine, for example. Let's get you off that ledge. Many nerve-wracking moments are going to come back in this demo. You might remember a couple of them from when I originally did this back in 2010, when with my sister co-commentating, and yeah.
What are you going to do with the sound? What do you mean with the sound?
It records sound.
Oh, shut up.
I wasn't able to save all the Mudokons originally in the demo. You're meant to get a different screen if you're able to do it, and then the demo just ends. To be fair, it's much of a muchness, which you prefer. Jeez. He noticed when I moved my elbow. What is this, hard mode? Come on. There we go. But yeah, I'd like to try and go for all the Mudokons. If not, I'll still include the screen. But oh, this floaty jumping, it's gonna make life much harder. That and the timing of the meat saws. Do I start from the falling rock room? Yes, I do. That noise of the falling meat. This game was always kind of sick and twisted and comedically enjoyable, but some of the sound effects really... I can understand why they changed them to a lot more fleshy sounds. When we get to the meat saws, you'll really see the difference. And with meat saws as well, you're really going to see the difference when we try and get Mudokons past them, because as I found out, they're actually a little bit lower on the overall screen. The space they move between is a lot smaller, which is why it's very difficult to get all the Mudokons past them. because I've actually got less collision room. Also, it wasn't programmed in yet that Abe chants through anything that knocks him around, so he actually fell over when the sleep blew off, which I find hilarious. Okay. You through. And now, head over to the next area where things are going to start getting a lot more dicey.
What?
Right above my head. There's a small sleep in the background. Okay, I'm gonna move you to the next screen. Hopefully, I'm actually gonna pull up a picture of how the meat saws look in the final version, just to really stress, like, to really push home the whole thing of the saws are considerably lower in this demo, which is why I would not be surprised if I do have some difficulty saving all of them. So, let's see how we do. Let me make sure all the game speakers stay the same, because I can't remember. Yeah, okay, good. It is still the same. Okay. Cool. Another screen. That was the part I was not looking forward to. So let's try and at least pull together as many of the Mudokons as we can. I'm so bummed out about that. That's so frustrating. Like, you spend years trying to get used to the timing in, No, there isn't another one there. They're all the way at the end, yeah. You spend all this time trying to get used to the timing in Abe's Oddysee, and then they're just like, oh hey! Now you got this to deal with. Also rolling as heck. So if you don't bring the sleep through in Abe's Oddysee, this is how you're meant to solve this puzzle. And I'm pretty sure this is how I solved this kind of bit of puzzle as well in New and Tasty, but I can't remember. So let's see how we do. Is he gonna come with me? No? Well, that wasn't meant to happen, but okay. Okay then. Never seen that before. That was different. To be fair, last time I tried to do this, I shot him into the electric wall, so to each their own. Run through. Into the saw. That was not smart! Oh, I've got to redo it from all the way back here? Lovely. Okay, let's give that another try then. Maybe we can fix this situation. Let's try this again. There we go. Much better. Gotta love the Zolog Ball door being completely different this time around. Talk about that later. There we go, that's one through. A little hard work never hurt anyone important. Cool. Let's go back and get more. I want to do all the ones past the meat saw first, just because I'm gonna feel really stupid if I move some of the earlier ones and then I can't even get them out of here. So, for example, this one,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Come on, let's go. Go, 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 go. Yes! Lovely. We're making good progress. And I'm getting really fiddly with the way I'm placing them, but the last thing I want to do is do something stupid and end up making one of them clip a meat saw.
Okay.
It's gonna bite me. It's gonna bite me if I let that happen, and I don't want that to happen at all. So let's try and avoid that. Okay. So that's 2 through. Now we can switch the saws around again. Thank you. And we can get the ones back over here. Back at the Zorlog 2 door! Yes! No entry till September 1997. I love that. And I love that the door originally was meant to say Zorlog 2. But it only makes sense with all the Zorlog 1 signs around it. I understand that they changed that to Zorlog 1 instead in the original. I mean, in the final version, to be fair. I'm going to move you back a little bit more. So, follow me to here. And then to here. Let's go. Yeah. I can understand why they changed it to Zorlog 1, because only having the 1 sign wouldn't really make sense to be like Zorlog 2. Well then, where's Zorlog 1? And only have it in the directories, which, let's face it, no one ever reads. Okay, you do read them, but they don't change to reflect things, so they could be more helpful. Especially when it comes to secret passages. Okay. So just one more Mudokon left to go, and then the other one in the shadows, I'm pretty sure. Down.
Hello. Follow me. Hello.
No? Okay. Oh, I did get all of them over here.
Hello. Follow me. Okay.
Alright, so that should be the last Mudokon, and that should be all of the Mudokons left in Rupture Farms in the demo of Oddworld Abes Oddysee. Beautiful. Victory for now. An ancient world of 400 more screens and more awesome foes awaits in fall of 1997. September, more specifically. But yeah, and I like that they get to show you some of the beta screenshots of everything that was going on. Like, more of the environments of the game, some of the layouts that didn't really get fleshed out until they were sort of reincorporated in New and Tasty. Hint flies, slogs, you don't see them in the demo at all. Bats even. Chime locks, flintlocks, there's so much. And I like just how much they got to showcase in these beta screenshots. But, to be fair, there was a whole lot more Rupture Farms that I didn't walk through, so I'm gonna go back, and I'm actually going to take the other route.
What?
What?
Ow!
So, to be fair, I've only technically had to save 2 Mudokons so far going through. The remainder of my journey is going to be spent avoiding the rest of them and leaving Zorlog 1 for good. I can't get to the ball car, obviously, but I can at least try and escape Rupture Farms to the stockyards, so let's see how that goes. Go. Nice and smooth. And of course we can't go through there. But to be fair, my good friend Kapteeni, once again, has shown off what is past this area. If you get past this area using a cheat engine, and then you pull the lever that deactivates the electric walls, and one screen further actually has some tribal structures on the rock face where the graffiti would normally be, in that screen where you come back in Rupture Farms 2. The screen does exist, and you can get to it, but it's not particularly helpful. It's just nice that the screen actually did exist in the game's code. And this is actually a roll space, which is why I got thrown off by it in New and Tasty. I also have no reason to blow you up because there are no secret passages. Now the fun thing about this whole process is the fact that the grenades are actually programmed a little differently. They rebound from the explosions of landmines, meaning it is very easy to throw a grenade onto those landmines and have it bounce right off into the abyss without touching them. Let's get out of here. Bye, Slig! Yeah. Yes, that percussion is actually in the game. Welcome to the Stockyards beta music that has little bits of odd percussion that aren't meant to be there. Plus also a Budokan who we can't save, and the only scribe in the demo. And I feel so bad about that. But Abe doesn't, apparently. The real kicker is when you try and go over these. You know, red soul ring just spontaneously coming out of the walls to blow up all the mines behind you. But yeah, if you don't save all the Budokans, that's how the demo ends. The other thing that comes to mind with the PC demo especially, and this goes for Abegogo as well, is if you try and leave Zulug 1, the roll space where you would fall into the barrel cutscene is actually a hole that goes to a bottomless pit. So you fall through the way Abe does in the cutscene, but you don't land anywhere. So you've got to escape and then kill yourself to end the demo. I know it seems a bit counterintuitive, but still. That's why I'm not showing off the PC or Abegogo demos. Just know they exist. But with that, that is every extra for Oddworld Abe's Oddysee Revamped. This has been Saxdude26, and next time in the Oddworld franchise, we'll be taking on Abe's Mission Escape. It's like a 6-bit version of Abe's Oddysee on the Spectrum. Because, you know, I can't possibly move forward without procrastinating with more Abe's Oddysee, but no, of course. Next time we're finally moving on to Munch's Oddysee. I'll see you there. Kidding.
Thanks, Dad. No worries. I told him.